We have a fresh batch of iPhone 11 rumors, the FaceTime saga continues, and the iPhone X is back from the dead. We're gonna get to all of this and more on this week's Apple Core. First up, your rumor roundup. It's only February and we're already starting to get a pretty good sense of what to expect in the 2019 iPhones. Or I guess we'll call them the iPhones 11, just for continuity's sake. So, rumors point at a very similar design to last year's lineup, as shown on these on-leak renders published in Compare Raja, with a smaller notch on the front, a switch to a USB-C port, and that 3-camera array on the back, potentially reserved for the pricier Plus model. But until now, we weren't exactly sure what that third camera was going to be used for. And this week, it seems we got a few answers from Bloomberg. Their report says that Apple is working on a laser-powered, longer-range 3D camera system for augmented reality, with improved mapping capabilities of up to 15 feet. So, to put this in perspective, the current true depth array on the front of the phone actually only goes up to 50 centimeters, according to the report. The catch? It won't be ready until 2020. So the third lens on this year's iPhone would be used to capture a wider field of view. Wah wah. Further proof that this year's iPhones are kind of shaping up to be a wash? We'll see. Now, the report also mentions a new dark mode in the works for the iPhone, similar to what Apple rolled out for its computers with macOS. These renders from Phone Arena show us what that could look like on iOS, which could potentially look really good on those solid black OLED screens of the newer iPhone models. This feature would likely come with the update to iOS 13 in September though, so we'll have to wait a while, with the announcement coming at Apple's Developers Conference in June. Also rumored to be coming in iOS 13, 230 new emojis, because apparently we've all just given up on writing and need an emoji for every single word in the dictionary. Some notable additions according to the Unicode Consortium, which approves all of these new emojis, include better representation of people with disabilities, with a wheelchair option, a probing cane, also mixed race and mixed gender couples, and some pretty essential members of the animal kingdom like the sloth, flamingo, and a skunk. Shout out to Emojipedia for making all these designs, and make sure to check out their video if you want to see the full lineup once you're done here. And wait! Sadly, we're not done with the emoji news, because if you have an iPhone X, XS, or XR, you'll soon be getting 4 new Animoji characters to play around with. The public beta of iOS 12.2 gave us a preview of this adorable giraffe, shark, owl, and warthog, in case you need another excuse to make weird faces at your phone. But seriously, enough with the emoji talk. The iPhone X is finally making its big comeback on the Apple Store. Well, sort of. Apple removed all traces of its 10th anniversary iPhone last year, presumably to prevent from cannibalizing its own sales. But now it's back, and Apple is selling a very limited number of refurbished iPhone Xs on its site. So if you still want one, you gotta act quick. Although honestly, I'm not sure if it's really worth it. I'm gonna break down the numbers so that you can decide, so try and bear with me over here. An unlocked iPhone X with 64 gigabytes of storage retails for $769. That's $20 more than the 64 gigabyte iPhone XR. And the 256 model is the exact same price as the equivalent iPhone XR, even though this one is the newer model. Now, 3 possible reasons why you may choose the older 10 over the newer XR would be that OLED screen, the dual camera, and that smaller size if that XR feels too big for you. Next up, an update on Apple's FaceTime bug, which apparently refuses to go away. Since the news broke last week, Apple has issued a patch to the problem with the recent release of iOS 12.1.4 and has since issued an apology to its customers who were affected and all who were concerned about this security issue, and that the company is committed to continuing to earn the trust Apple customers place in them. So this is great, but people are just not letting this one go. Last week, New York City's Attorney General announced she would be opening up a formal investigation to find out why Apple didn't give users a heads up about the security flaw, and what took the company so long to address the issue. And then this week, Apple's getting even more heat from Congress. Congressional lawmakers sent a letter to Tim Cook requesting more information about the flaw to understand the extent to which it compromised user security. Now, I want to hear you guys chime in. Has this made you lose trust in Apple, or will you continue to be using Apple products? You know the drill, tweet me or comment below. You guys had really good opinions about whether or not Apple should compensate the teen who found the bug in the first place, so thanks so much for sending those in. The consensus among most of you seems to be a resounding yes, which might actually happen. According to a CNBC interview with the Thompson family, a high-level Apple exec went out to meet with them in Arizona to thank them and mentioned he may be eligible for the Bug Bounty program, which offers cash rewards of up to $200,000. Needless to say, the kid would have more than enough money to buy himself that iPhone 10, AirPods, and MacBook he'd been eyeing. That's it for our show today, but don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest Apple news and rumors on the Apple Core. Thanks for watching.